My dear students, welcome back to this video. And in this video, we will be looking at the story of the little match girl from different perspective. Already we have seen in the previous videos the summary and the theme that is evolved in this particular story. In this video, we shall see the setting as well as their critical evaluation of the entire story. The setting is on the New Year Eve and it is bitterly cold weather outside. Dark sky with clouds piling up and gloomy and fearful atmosphere. In other words, the entire atmosphere is something that is not very pleasant. Though it is the New Year Eve, the cold weather, the dark sky, and fearful atmosphere, gloomy and fearful atmosphere, indicating that something bad is likely to happen. There is the divide between the rich and the poor, barefoot and bareheaded. The little girl is bareheaded as well as barefooted. People are in the mood of celebration. On the other side, there are people in the mood of New Year celebration. On the one side, we can see extreme hunger, and on the other side, the glorious smell of a delicious meal. We can see the comfortable houses, and on the other side, we see a house without any basic necessities, amenities, basic things are not there. That is how this entire story is setting. As we go ahead, we shall see the style of this story. There is the narration, symbolism, didactic story, meaning to say it is meant for teaching. Imagery is used in this particular story. Visual imageries are there, offertory, gustatory, and tacitile. We shall see them one by one. Narration. The third person narrative. It is narrated in the third person. The author takes the readers along with him to witness the little girl who experiences pain, hunger, and fear. So, this is a third person narrative story. And in this story, we can see the basic style, the unity of time, unity of action, and unity of place is maintained, which is unique to the place or unique to the stories, which adds beauty to the story. Unity of time means most of the actions take place in the New Year's Eve and continues till the hour of dawn. Till morning, the actions are taking place. The entire story revolves around the little character of the little girl. So there is unity of time. That one particular time, eve till morning, that is called unity of time. You can also find the unity of action. All her four hallucinations, visions take place here. So all the actions means in that night, all the actions are taken place. It is not taken place in different places. All dreams are taken place in one particular that corner between two houses. Unity of place. The entire action is confined to the street corner formed by two houses. She dies of cold and hunger in the same place. So, a perfect story having the unity of time, unity of action, and unity of place. And this is once again a third person narrative. Looking at the other styles of this particular story, the symbolism that we come across, the symbols continue to communicate more than their literal meanings. The symbols used in this particular story are iron stove, Christmas tree, falling star, matches, and cold. These are symbols as well as terms used to explain the story. So these symbols have got deeper meaning than the peripheral meaning. Meanings of these symbols. Iron stove, symbolic of the feeling of the warmth and safety which she longed for, and the love and affection she received from the grandmother. So this is what iron stove is indicative of the love and affection she received from the grandmother, as well as the warmth and safety she desired, she longed for. Christmas tree found in a wealthy home. The evergreen Christmas tree is a sign of undying life, rebirth, and energy needed to endure the winter months. The little girl tries to keep herself alive by burning the matches. So, this Christmas tree is once again a symbol of undying life, rebirth, and the energy needed to endure this entire winter months. My dear students, we see another symbolism used here, the falling star, symbol of a soul ascending to God. According to Creole, a European African origin, superstition of falling stars, souls going from purgatory to heaven is referred to in the narration, and if a person made a wish 3 times before the star disappeared, his wish would come true. So the visions of the little girl, warmth of love, good food, and a better life were wishes made by her. Her visions is also symbolic of the soul ascending into heaven. My dear students, another symbol that we come across in this story is matches. The little girl was out to sell matchsticks. It is by lighting the matches she sees the vision. It is symbolic of the warmth from cold and warmth of love the little girl was longing for. Matches are symbolic of the light and the hope. Cold is another symbol, a symbol of hardship, desperation, and hopelessness. It is in the winter night. She has no warm clothes. Ultimately, she is frozen to death. So, cold is actually a symbol of hardship, desperation, and hopelessness. Another important aspect of this story, the style, is the didactic story. The purpose of this story is to teach people a moral lesson. The story is meant to teach the wealthy, to show empathy for those who do not have the basic amenities of life. It reminds the readers not to overlook the needs of the less fortunate brethren, especially the innocent children. It gives us an invitation to be charitable to the poor and needy to alleviate their sufferings. My dear students, in this story we should see various imageries used. Visual imageries here. Lights were shining in every window. Could see the light into the room, the white cloth. She could see the light into the room and then the white cloth. 100 candles lit up like shop windows looked down upon her. Old grandmother was looking like bright, shining, and looking gentle, kind, and loving. So these all are visual imageries. She is able to see that lights were shining in every window. She is able to see the room inside, the white cloth, 100 candles lighting up like a shop window, and old mother shining and looking gentle, kind, and loving. We can also see olfactory or imagery related to smell. Glorious smell of the roasted goose is also seen there. We can also see gustatory imageries here. A roasted goose stuffed with prunes or plums and apples steaming deliciously. So imagery of taste or gustatory is seen here. Delicacy of the food. Tactile or touch imagery. walked about the street on her naked feet or barefoot. Her thin hands were almost thin with cold. It had warm, bright flame like a tiny candle when she held her hand over it. So here you can see the touch imagery or tactile imagery. Now we shall see the critical appreciation of this story. In this part we shall see the interplay of contrast, the indifference and love. Father is indifferent. The father of the little girl is indifferent while her grandmother had deep love for her. On the one side we see poverty, on the other side we see wealth. The contrast is seen here. The rich are careless, the poor are struggling. The boy carries the slipper and the girl who walks barefoot. The rich have enough, the poor have nothing, not even good house, not even enough food. The rich had heating stove, delicious meal and celebrations, etc. The poor did not even have warm clothes, good house and food. Life and death is another contrast here we can see. Little girl suffered from cold and hunger. She was fed up of his life or her life, of this particular life. She asked her grandmother to take her away. She died of cold and hunger, but with a smile on her face. She struggled in this life and got relieved through divine redemption. So we can see on the one side there is the struggle for life, and on the other side there is death that is happening. She is trying to escape from cold and hunger, but in the process she dies. Another important aspect of this story is the treatment of children in the Victorian society. Thousands of children were orphans, unparented, or deserted, or neglected, or abused in the Victorian society. The little girl was ill treated by her father and decided to live outside rather than going back home. That is the typical character of the Victorian society. The story makes us to feel sympathetic towards the less fortunate ones in the society. The pangs of poverty lead the life of the people to a pitiable state. The little ones may be forced to work. The fairy element of the story gives the reader some relaxation. The fairy world is a fleeting world, moving world. The little girl had happiness only in the fairy world due to her journey into the fairyland and meet her end with a smiling face. It makes a universal appeal to extend our helping hand to the innocent victims of all sorts. That's all we have today for this lesson. Stay safe and learn happily. When we come back, we will come back with another lesson, another important story. Till then, bye.